Man, I had Tazzy in here bobbing his head.
I was like, holy shit!
He was jamming. Tazzy was jamming. That's a little something new for ATI. But
Holy shit! Love
oh
that.
man, hey! I hope everybody liked that new intro. Hopefully you all liked it. But yeah, we're here for After the Impact, and wow. What a way to end that show. So if you guys don't mind, go ahead and start getting us your scores for the show. We're gonna kind of work backwards. We're gonna talk about what we saw last and kind of work our way back. But go ahead and give us your score, and also, if you don't mind, give us your favorite match or moment from tonight. Give us your favorite one from tonight. We'll start there, Tazzy. What was your score for tonight?
Whew. Man, tonight, dude. Let's see. You guys ready? Ready? Here we go. That psychology was great. The storytelling was awesome.
Yeah,
we have great setups for the pay-per-view next week or the pay-per-view, whatever. I'm going to give this, and we're going to talk about each match. I'm going to give this a 9.5. Basically 6 of these points was basically the Iron Man match, man. Oh my god. But we'll
man.
talk about it.
that man, oh my god. For me, I'm gonna give it a 9, 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm not at a half is because I figured the ending was very predictable. Like we were saying,
We called it.
we were saying like, okay, we're gonna get a triple threat. Like we know we're gonna get it. And Joe's like, yeah, in 3 minutes they're gonna show up. I mean, they showed up in 1 minute. So it's like, that was predictable, but I thought it was a great show. And obviously we started out hot, we ended hot. I thought it was a great freaking show, man. And let's talk about where we ended. Obviously Sammy picks up the win via DQ, but we get a run in by the Good Brothers and Kenny. And I mean, it's setting up for a triple threat, but we know we're going to get Tony Khan there in the Impact Zone next week. And, he's going to sort this out. And obviously we saw Don Callis looking a little worried about that. So, Tazzy, what's your takeaway from that main event and what we saw happen after it?
What's funny? I really, really, really did interrupt the match, honestly, because when do you ever see Sammy versus Moose?
Moose. Right.
We was talking about this for like months. Like, can you imagine if those two go at it? They got to do a specialty match, which stay tuned. And I'm like sitting there like, dude, this match is great. I hope that they don't interfere, but I know what's going to happen. Of course, we got the Good Brothers and stuff like that. But we get some crazy stuff for next week, though. We get Tony Khan over there next Thursday. So that's gonna be a save because him and Don don't get along. And I'm like, if I see what I think might happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just throw it out there.
Just throwing that out. Let me shout out some folks. Kevin Correa, Cheese Whiz 2, Everything Pro Wrestling, Jen Carter, J Hub, Azan White, James Chadwick, Jay Kent. Let's see, Sean Rousset, Nathan Salas, Dorian Rochester. So yeah, let's go. We'll go there, I guess. I mean, next week's gonna be crazy. Days before Chris D'Zuba, what's up? Days before we get Against All Odds, man, this thing could get crazy, crazy. So yeah, this is insane. So obviously, the big news today. We'll move on to the next thing, and then we'll go, into another match. But the big news today was that we're gonna get a former WWE star, a former WWE wrestler, making a debut via a vignette tonight. And we got that, and it was none other than the formerly known as Steve Cutler, now going by Macklin, Steve Macklin. Tazzy, obviously he was in the Forgotten Sons, everything that happened with them during the pandemic, so he got released. But what do you think of him showing up and turning up in Impact?
Crazy how, first of all, good call because what are you even thinking about him? And they're like, oh yeah, I guess that's about right. Like, oh, and then I was like, it's a good call. I want to see what he gonna do. Obviously he's more like the well, actually he's available actually now, so so he can show up in there anytime he want to. But it's a possibility that they might wait to Slammiversary, and who he gonna go against first? I have no idea. You know why? Because Impact, we can't predict this stuff except for tonight on the main event.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. I always like when new talent shows up to any kind of promotion to see what they're gonna do, and this is just as good. I can't wait.
Yeah, so Azan asked a good question here. What do you think? What do you think he goes after? I mean, could you see him? Do you see him as a singles competitor, or do you see him eventually teaming up with someone and being in a tag team? Because I think he has X Division written all over him, but that's just me.
He could be X Division. He could be X Division, or he might be with the Black and Yellow group, because that means you can have two tag teams in that group now.
Yeah,
I'm totally down for that. It could be that if that happens, that group is gonna be insane, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's slowly becoming a group that is basically no pun intended, followed by design. I didn't even mean to do that, but it just came out that way. It's like, hey,
they are very aptly named. Let's just say that they got the right name for that group.
Exactly. So yeah, I can see him doing that. Otherwise, yeah, I could definitely see him in the X Division. We need to get a Ultimate X, man. Bad, because we got all these stars and they can do some crazy stuff, and I just want to see them flying around the ring and holding on to things.
I mean, can you imagine if we get something crazy at Against All Odds? And I mean, we saw 4 guys tonight after that Iron Man match. We saw 4 guys. We saw Chris Bay. We saw Ace Austin. We saw, who am I missing?
Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel. And we're missing somebody else. Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Petey Williams.
Oh yeah, I forgot about.
Can you imagine if something crazy happens at Against All Odds, and they finally bring us back an Ultimate X match? Because here's the thing, folks. Breaking news right before this show: limited amount of tickets for fans at Slammiversary.
Oh.
So limited amount of tickets for fans at Slammiversary. With fans back in the building, they are going to want to do something absolutely crazy. Tazzy, I just gave you a lot to process there in a very short amount of time. So
let me say this. Regarding the fans thing, You guys know I'm a NXT guy, and I know you already know that the fans make NXT the way it is.
Yes.
Same thing with Impact. If you ever see an Impact crowd, exact same thing. So if we get a crowd at Slammiversary, well, we get a crowd at Slammiversary. So can you? Oh my God, can we get that match? Can we get that match at Slammiversary?
Can we get an Ultimate X match for the X Division title between Josh Alexander, Chris Bay, Trey Miguel, Petey Williams, and Ace Austin? Can we get that? I just want to put that into the universe.
By the way, I got distracted. I got distracted at the same time. Chris just put some of the. Yeah. I'm so stoked.
Chris is in the cloud right now. As Day Day said on next Friday, he is high as a giraffe's ass right now. So just know that Chris is in the cloud. And Chris, hey, have fun up there, man. Have fun up in the cloud. He said,
"Don't fall too hard."
I know. He said, "I finally remembered to like the video." Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Oh man! All right.
But yeah, I really want to see. I'd love to see that match. I think that would be an insane match, and what a way to. I mean, can you imagine that kicking off Slammiversary? Like kicking off, and just to get the crowd hot.
I'm down.
I'm
totally down.
Hey,
I'm totally dude.
Totally down. Totally down for that. So Tazzy, the next kind of working our way back again, we got Kojima going up against Diener, and obviously the Kojima's a legend. Oh my God! I mean, what did you think of this? And then obviously we got the confrontation with Violent by Design. We know that what's up, Butterspark? We know that Kojima is going to take on Joe Doring at Against All Odds, and they have a history from All Japan Wrestling. So, what did you think of this match? And what did you think of that ending with Eddie coming down to kind of help even up the odds a little bit? And what did you think, man?
Like I said, this night was insane. It started off crazy. Then it basically ended up crazy too. So I'm down. Dude, that chop he did with the multiple back to back, my chest was hurting after that. I am excited. I can't wait for that. I'm serious. Give me more of that. I'm like I said, I saw videos, and it's just what I expected. Just what I expected. I'm shocked. I love to get the whole, get the actual live feel of it, technically, quote unquote. But I was excited, and I can't wait.
I mean, it's crazy to me how, it's just crazy to me how we're getting these stars from New Japan over here in Impact. You're a little bit blurred.
I know. I was like trying to move the light. Hold on, move the light. Bring out the light, guys. I promise you I haven't drunk nothing.
Oh,
it worked.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's just great that we continue to get New Japan stars showing up, and and it's good if you're a fan and you haven't really looked into New Japan before or looked into Japanese wrestling. This is a good pathway into that world. And man, I mean, we've been so spoiled as wrestling fans, especially Impact fans. We get FinJuice, we get ELP, we get Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's crazy. So So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with this. I want to see Joe Doring and Kojima go at it because, man, I mean, they've got history. They've got big time history. So I cannot wait. Okay, so obviously the next match that we're going to talk about, Tazzy really enjoyed the outcome of this match, and that was Fire and Flava picking up the win to retain their Knockouts tag titles against Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering. And I mean, great match, another great match between these four Knockouts. And yep, there you go. Tazzy had to switch it up real quick. So Tazzy, obviously you love the result, you love the outcome of the match, but what were your thoughts on what we saw from both teams in this match?
Dude, their matches is getting better and better each week. Each time they face each other. I say each week, like they've been facing each other every week. I technically have, but I love the chemistry inside the ring with all four of them. Unfortunately, I can see the other team breaking up, so it sucks. But now we get some other number one contenders that I was like, okay, and it probably not gonna be Susan. It probably be somebody else that everybody go like, oh.
I wanted to ask you about that too, because obviously after the match, we saw Susan and Kimberly. They were in Scott D'Amore's office. Fire and Flava come back there. They're hyped. They're like, we're just so good. We don't have any competition. Those two come out of Scott's office, and now we've got this match booked for Against All Odds. Susan and Kimberly up against Fire and Flava for the titles. And it's like, okay, obviously something is not going to go like we think it is during this match. So I got to ask you, man, do you think next Saturday is the night that we see Su Yung come back?
I would say no. You know why? I would say we get teased.
Okay.
I think if you're going to bring that character back, you got to bring it back on a bigger pay-per-view. So I can see him coming. I can see him. Yeah, right. I can see her coming back at Slammiversary. So we might get a rematch. Something like screw you finish might happen, and we might get this match again. And I am totally for that. You know me.
I know. Let me ask you this, because Impact is notorious for giving us something great on go home shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did see her at Hardcore Justice is on that, and that's why I think we've seen glimpses here and there, and that's why I think at some point soon she's gonna make a full return.
Mm-hmm.
Impact gives us great go home shows. Do we get something that happens potentially next Thursday that brings this out come Saturday? Do we see something, do we see that tease on next Thursday?
I think the last time when we fully got a full Su Yung, which he won the title, was a little teases here and there, like a little facial expression. So make sure you guys check out the expressions and all that stuff on Susan next week, because you might start getting teases here and there. You might start getting teases on Saturday, but you might get the big tease on next Saturday. Because I think I mirror more. I think before she turned Sue, I think she was looking in the mirror. I think I remember that she was looking in the mirror, and that's the week after that. That's what she turned. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to look at everything. Whenever she's on screen next week, you got to pay attention.
Yeah,
and that's what's so great about Impact, is that you always have to pay attention to the details, because they pay attention to the details. and it's great for us as fans because you can pick up little Easter eggs here and there. Um, just like we found out that we're going to get a match, and I forgot to bring this up when we were talking about Violent by Design. We're going to get a match, a tag team title match between Black Taurus and Crazy Steve against Diener and whoever they put in there. That's going to be an insane tag title match. I mean, it's going to be crazy, Tazzy.
When we saw them going face to face to each other, I saw a psychopath match all over that screen. There's a possibility that we could get new champions.
Yeah. And here's the craziest thing, and it just popped into my brain.
Uh-oh.
Craziest thing. What if that happens and they lose? The weak link in Violent by Design has always been Diener. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
He's always been the weak link. If he cost them the titles, hey Jesse, how you doing? If he cost them the titles, we could see them kick him out of the group and possibly bring in Macklin.
Oh,
that would be a good way to bring Macklin into the fold.
Didn't think about that till now. Like, oh, that makes sense. That's totally makes sense. I'm with that. I'm with that. I don't know what else I can say, but like, that's actually brilliant. All right, storyline, man.
I was about to say, wrestling companies. Listen, I'm available for hire.
Raw.
Just hit me up, please. I might be able to help you out a little bit in your creative areas. I'm good, Jesse. Much better. Thank you for the prayers and the thoughts and the conversation of the day. Thank you. All right, so yeah, that would be so cool if that happened though. It'd be a good way because I think they could do a couple things there. They could bring Macklin in, but then on the opposite end, I would turn Diener loose in the X division. I would absolutely turn him loose. I just would.
Yeah, he could be that person. And now he's away from everyone.
Exactly.
He's a solo star. He can do some damage. He can do some damage. Along with everybody else that's in the division right now. Do you think that's the most stacked division? Yes. Yeah, and you remember we talk about this a lot. This division is basically a division that I would love to have to start a company with, like an X division company. I would love to do that because you never know what you're going to get.
It's true. I mean, you just never know. I mean, the matches. God, Chris, I don't like you, but I love you. It's one of those things where,
damn it,
I know, right? Like I saw that, lost my complete train of thought. Like I was gonna bring up a decent point, and then but I mean, this division for me is so great because you don't get the same match all the time. Like people think. You look at 205 Live, and you know you're going to get a lot of crazy high spots. You're going to get some different things. You're going to get a lot of acrobatic style of wrestling.
All right.
But look at the X division, You've got guys in there who can work all different kinds of ways. You've got your ground and pound. You've got your submission specialists. You've got your high flyers. I mean, for God's sake, they had AC Romero wrestle in an X Division match. So it shows you the versatility of the division. So for me, I mean, I think is one of the best things in wrestling, and they've always done it well, in my opinion. So, all right. So, after we got OT from the first match, which we're going to talk about, we got Rohit versus Jake something in a tables match. Hey, Sonny,
Sure. Let's just throw a table match right after
right? I mean, it's crazy. So obviously, this match was fire. Now I'll say this: I'd be mad if I were Jake something and Rohit to follow what they followed. But listen, they put on a heck of a match. I mean, they really did. And I mean, you could tell that they probably kind of fed off of that. But man, break down this Jake and Rohit match, because I thought it was a great match. I think the positioning of it, people were still buzzing about the Iron Man match, so maybe people slept on it a little bit, but it was a great match.
Yeah, like the psychology in the match was good. I'd say this was a great match. Like you said, people probably was like, this is probably one of the reasons why you kind of want to do an Iron Man match at the end of the night, because have anybody seen an Iron match not at the end of the night?
Right.
Because by the time you get done, we'll talk about it. But by the time you get done with that match, you're gonna be tired for the rest of the night. So mentally tired, but yeah, I like the finish. I wish he could have won the match, because he's turned into one of those wrestlers that's like off and on. He's not consistent like he used to be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you need to put him back in that X Division picture just to get him back on track, or what? Because he's not doing what he's capable of, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like he's this dude good. The dude is an old school heel. He's like, he got that old school heel to him, and I want to see him like back on track. Unless you're trying to do something different. I mean, you're trying to do something interesting with him.
Yeah. For me, I think right now, as much as I love Rohit, I don't want to see him in the X Division title picture right now. And the reason I say that is because the names that are attached to that division right now, I just don't see how he could kind of break away from that, and people could say, oh, he's right there with them. Because I mean, my God, you got Trey Miguel, you got Ace Austin, you got Petey Williams. I mean, you've got all of these dudes, Chris Bay. You still, I mean, as much as you honestly, you've got TJP still around there.
Mm-hmm.
And if tell me, I mean, I want to see that match again. Yeah. I want to see him run it back. You know what I'm saying? I know we've seen it a lot, but I want them to run it back. So let's go ahead, since we're talking about it, let's just go ahead into it.
we're slowly going.
Yeah. To kick off the night before the Impact, we got the start of the X Division Championship Iron Man match. TJP taking on the champion, Josh Alexander. Josh ends up winning in sudden death. And I'll just say this. This, for me, is like a pretty strong contender for match of the year. Like by far and away, one of the best matches I've seen this year for sure. And that's saying something because we've gotten some great matches this year. But Tazzy, what did you think of this match? What do you think of the way they ended, before they ended up in sudden death? And then what did you think of the result?
So when I watch a match like this, where it's like basically a 60-minute match or 30-minute match or anything like that, like matches that are supposed to be the greatest show ever. Don't put intended. Sorry, I had to bring that up. But anyway, I always look into like the psychology in the match. Like, what do you see? Like, how are they? First of all, they did the right what they're supposed to do. They started the match slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing you don't do in an Iron Man match, and I'm looking back, and here's the funny part. I actually watched the Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart match about a month ago, and I was looking how slow pace it was. And Shawn Michaels is not a slow paced wrestler, but he did it because he's just taking his time. And the match like slowly ramped up, and you can see it was slowly ramping up. It's like in the middle of the match, I'm like, oh man! Then you saw the wrestlers come out, and like, oh man, it was starting to get crazy. It's this match had everything. I mean, you have basically ground and pound with Jock Alexander, and then you have the high flying ability TJP. And like I said before, yes, he was wrong for stuff he did in the past. Leave it alone. It's over. Let it go. He's here. Just give him his due. He did his thing. He don't have to do these matches. Be honest with you. He was like, "No, I'm not putting him over. Well, I'm gonna put him over for it." But he did it, and he helped Josh Alexander today. Josh Alexander won, which he should have won. Now we can set up some other stuff that could possibly happen, which we saw later on in the night. But Iron Man match is not easy. Not easy to do. I only see a handful. I think it's literally only been a handful of these matches.
Yeah, this match for me, and I think I said this during the stream. This is a star-making match for me. Kudos to TJP. Feel how you want to feel about him personally and some things that he's done, his political views. That's fine. Feel how you want to feel about him. But from a talent perspective, dude is just so incredibly talented. So incredibly talented. Mm-hmm. So to see him in this match with Josh was tremendous because it goes back to what makes the X Division so good. It's such a clash of styles. It's such different styles. You're not going to see Josh flying around doing a bunch of stuff a lot. I mean, you did see him do something off the top rope tonight, but you're not going to see that a lot. So to see these two guys mix it up yet again, and this is where, and I don't want to harp on this because this is an Impact stream, but this is where if you're going to do rematches, you have to do things in those rematches to spice it up each time. Like if you're going to give me the same match 4 times, I don't want to see the same match 4 times. I want to see, okay, you give me a straight up match this time. Then you give me a tables match. Then you give me a Hell in a Cell or a cage match. Then you give me something like this or like a street fight or no DQ, something like that, and then be done with it for a while. That's what's so good about this is because this gave us an opportunity to see another element in their match, because the other thing in terms of psychology that people need to keep in mind is that as a wrestler, storytelling wise, as you're telling this story in the ring, you can't wait. Well, sorry, let me back up. You can't expend all of your energy in the first 5 minutes.
No, no.
So Iron Man matches on the inside, like if you're thinking psychology wise from a wrestler, you want to build. You want to break your opponent down and you want to build because the last 5 to 8 minutes of the match, that's when you want to take the damage that you've done and you want to turn that into pinfalls. I was very shocked that Josh got the pin as early as he did for that reason. And that was a nice little wrinkle that they gave us, is because it just comes out of nowhere. You're like, wow, here's a pin already. He's gonna dominate. And then for the rest of it, it's like, man, is Josh gonna actually take a pin? Is he just gonna go through this thing and not take a pin? And what they did was they told the story of TJP constantly beating him down to the point where it's like, can he even stand up? And then you're thinking that we're getting to the end of the match. Josh has survived it. He's going to win this thing. And then, bam, you get a pin from TJP. You go into sudden death. So I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like you said, it's like the match was incredible, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The match was incredible. It did what it supposed to did. It did what it supposed to do. Whatever. I loved it, and I can honestly say, as of right now, this is probably the best match this year for me.
Okay, so you would give it the top spot.
Top spot right now.
Okay.
So let's see how it holds up by the time we actually do our end of the year stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. We've had so many good matches this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like so many good matches. You think about, I mean, I'm just trying to think back now. You've got, I feel like the Finn Balor Pete Dunne match was great.
Yeah.
I felt like Kushida and God, who was it?
Oh, Daniel Bryan. Oh, not Daniel Bryan.
No,
we're close.
Gargano.
Yeah, that was great.
That was great. I feel like WrestleMania Night 1, we got a couple really good matches. I feel like people slept on that Drew and Bobby Lashley match.
Maybe I should rewrite this. What I meant to say was, for Impact, this is one of my favorites.
Well, but let's talk about that too, because Impact this year. I mean, we got Moose and Rich Swann.
Oh my God. I remember that match. Oh my God, dude. We was literally on the edge of our feet. We were on the edge of our feet on that one too.
I mean, that one was good. Then you get Kenny and Rich Swann. I mean, there have been so many good matches. You get ELP and Josh.
Yeah.
At Under Siege. I mean, there have been so many good matches, and I haven't even talked about AEW yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of stuff that we've gotten this year. So, oh my God, it's been a crazy year.
And no telling how the match is going to be when we get crowds again for the rest of the year. Remember, we got Hell in a Cell coming up. We got Money in the Bank next month. We got even AEW got their main shows coming up. It's gonna be insane, dude. Slammiversary's on.
And then after that, later on in the year, you got Bound for Glory.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Conrad says this, and I agree. I feel bad for people who don't give Impact a chance.
Mhm.
If you're not giving Impact a chance, like if you haven't watched in a while, um, if you haven't watched in a while, I would challenge you to watch next week. Um, I feel like what we got tonight was pay-per-view quality.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like an Impact Plus exclusive show. It felt like that. It felt important. We didn't get a ton of matches, but everything had its place. Everything served a purpose. So tonight was great. But I would challenge you if you haven't watched Impact in a while to turn it on, give it a chance, um, because you never know. You might just love it. And I begged Joe last year because we were talking about. I was like, man, you got to get back into Impact. You got to get back into Impact. And then finally he sat down and he texted me. He was like, dude, thank you because this is great, and it's been his favorite show since then. So
I was just glad to actually come back. Like it was like literally after Slammiversary, I was like, okay, and then I was more deep into you when you guys did the start doing the watch alongs for it. Like okay, I feel back to normal now. Back on Impact.
yeah. So Tazzy, we're gonna wrap up and get out of here. Any final thoughts, man? I feel like we got a good night, a great night of wrestling.
Yeah, we had an amazing night of wrestling. More like actually, I won't. I won't be here next Thursday, but I will be watching it soon. I get home. Please, guys, make sure you watch next Thursday because the last time we had a go home show for Impact, you miss everything. You probably miss everything. So, might want to watch that. Like I said, what a great night. The Iron Man match. When I found out it was an Iron Man match this week, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So, yeah. And then make sure you guys, oh my God. Just in next week in general, with both shows next week. Next week is going to be fun.
Yeah. And Tazzy, what time are you going on tomorrow?
We are going on it right after Impact Party. Right after SmackDown at 10:15.
Okay.
10:15. We're probably gonna be long. We were just like get everybody thoughts that's joining me tomorrow about everything this week. And this part gonna pop up too.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're gonna have fun tomorrow.
Good. Krista Zuba. Great stream, guys. Amazing stream on Well, listen, I'm glad we can have an enhanced stream due to your enhanced state of mind right now. So thank you.
How many faces do you see right now?
Bigger than holding up. No, tonight was great. Really enjoyed Impact. Again, if you have not checked out, oh my goodness, people. If you haven't checked out, people are crazy. If you haven't checked out Impact in a while, check it out. I mean, nights like tonight are the payoff. I mean, for me, and I know a lot of people, Impact is good every single week, but nights like tonight are like a reward. Like, man, I've been riding on this train for a while, and they just keep giving and giving to us. So I really encourage you, if you're a wrestling fan, check out Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out if you don't watch it. If you're here right now and you didn't watch tonight, go to Twitch and check it out. Look up Impact Wrestling on Twitch. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. And this could be a new show for you. I mean, this can be a new thing for you. They've got everything. I don't feel like we need to sell Impact too much. I just I feel like we can say go check them out, give them a chance, and if you do, if you're a wrestling fan, I really feel like you'll be like, okay, this is a new show. You're killing me, Chris. This is a new show that I can really get into. So I can't even say anything tonight without Chris taking it a different way. And,
he is old boy right now.
he is well. He's on something right now. He's on cloud like 10. Forget cloud 9. He's on 10 or 11 right now.
But by the way, before we leave, Chris, what you cooked today? You didn't even say anything. What you ate or anything? Like
right.
What's up? What you ain't eat nothing? Were you too high?
No, that's he ate more. I mean, he had more because of that. So I'm just saying, like, Chris, you shared some nice pictures from vacation of food.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to know what you had today. Like, I really do. So send us some pictures, man. You send them all the time. Send them now. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. What a great night of wrestling. I mean, it was a great night of wrestling. I actually may go back and watch it again because it was that good to me.
Right.
Yeah. So if you haven't done so already, please like this video, subscribe to our channel. We greatly appreciate it. Hit that post notification bell because you never know when we're going to be live. And to be honest with you, with everything that we've got coming up, some things that we're announcing, pay-per-views and all that stuff, you never want to miss out. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff going forward. So yeah, just keep rocking with us. We really appreciate it. Tazzy, I will see you probably tomorrow night, and I'll just do that number. But yeah, thank you guys.
You're like tomorrow. Yeah, just stay tuned.
But yeah, Tazzy, thank you for joining me on this. I'm glad I got to share this with you, man, because it was such a great night and
awesome night.
Yeah, it was just a great night. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe. If you are a WWE fan, enjoy SmackDown tomorrow night. SmackDown is really good. So just hang in there. And if you don't come over to Tazzy's channel tomorrow, which you should, just saying, go to his channel tomorrow. If you don't go to Tazzy's channel tomorrow, the next time you'll see the Insiders will be on Saturday for our weekly wrap-up show. So thank you guys, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care.